you have kept it as a secret and registered everything and make sure nobody knows about the idea except your pastor if you trust him. Understand that ideas could be conceived in strange environments. Some of you in your bathrooms, when you're taking that shower, some strange ideas come that you might debunk it, but they are multi-billion ideas. Some of you in your kitchen, excuse me to say, some of you even on your toilet. Oh no, let me be real. Some ideas some ideas will drop. Some of you, when you're driving on the highway, you are able to, something drops in your spirit. And it's very important that you are able to know what area and environment releases your idea. Like myself, once I hit the shower and water hits my head. I don't know what it is about me, and once it hit my head, bang, songs, ideas, creative ideas. So I know where to go when I need ideas. Some of you, whilst you're cooking and you're listening to music, you see that something will drop. So you have to have a pen and paper and write it down quickly. So once you register the idea, you now become an owner. It doesn't cost that much to register an idea. That's what most of you don't know. And when it comes to idea registration, you have to either register for just Atlanta, Georgia, or just the whole of America, or take it state by state or city by city. Because if I discover that you've only registered your idea for just Atlanta, I could choose to own it in all other states. What I'm doing, people pay to listen. So before you tell the world, make sure that you've saved enough money to register it all over, because once you send it to the company to patent it, they will do their research to discover or attempt to find out if anybody else owns it. So they will tell you that congratulations, nobody owns this idea that Jaden, you have created on the newest organ. And then you now begin to register from Atlanta to all over America. And then after you're done with America, you register it all over the world. Otherwise, another company can take what belongs to you. And if they have more money than you, no court will listen to you. Is somebody hearing me? So tonight, the reason why I titled the message, The Genius Black Race, is that I'm about to unveil some mysteries and truths to you. And I know that most of you are connected to these mysteries. Whilst I was asking God, what do I teach? He said, I will open your eyes to see. And whilst I was sitting down seeing everything angels were showing me, I wept. I wept, Morgan. I wept. I wept. I wept. Now, just last week, now follow me, it's like I'm teaching today. Just last week, a group of students from Ghana, which is West Africa, those of you who've never been there, went to Michigan for a robotic competition, World Robotic Competition. Now, these people in Ghana, let's just say they are less privileged people in terms of access. But they left Ghana, 9 students, females, went to Michigan and won the World RoboFest, which is anybody that creates a robot that has never been done in the world So they competed against China, they competed against America, and these local girls, the school they are coming from is not one of the best schools, yet for some strange reason, they became number one in operating and creating robots. Now, Methodist Girls High School in Mamfi, Equapim. Now, I'm not going to even explain that to you, but it's in the eastern region of Ghana, took first place in the senior game division at the RoboFest World Champions held at Lawrence Technological University, Michigan in the United States of America. Please understand that before they got to this America, they had done local championship, African championship, conquered local, conquered Africa, and then they conquered the world. Please remember this. I'm knitting a story. I was also checking the net and I realized that two young men, two brothers in Ghana have created or manufactured their own aircraft. Can we play this for 1 minute? I'm building a story. Follow me. Follow me. Now watch this.
My name is Isaac Otu. And I am Jacob Labi. We are two brothers.
And I am Doradakwa.
We are with Isaac Aviation.
At a young age, Jacob and Isaac knew they were destined for greatness. At age 8, they manufactured their own car. Then, they decided to fulfill their long-standing dream of building an aircraft. In order to achieve this, they told me they started small in the backyard of their residence at Dompila 2, and they used local materials such as iron square pipes, plywood and aluminum sheets to construct the light aircraft.
We thank you, Jehovah,
depending on God for inspiration.
Today, the brothers, who are junior high school leavers, are here for a test run of the light aircraft
they don't even
at
speak
an
good
airfield
English.
at Afenya in the Greater Accra
But something inside of them got them to create an
and
aircraft.
I am Jacob Labi.
Take it off.
We are two brothers.
Take
And
it
I
off.
am Doradakwa.
Take it off. And they created this with local materials. Natural resources. Now, ladies and gentlemen, did you know, upon my research, I haven't slept all night, that 80% of all inventions were discovered by black people? 80% of all inventions were discovered by black people or people of color. I mean the black man. You're privileged in America. They are in Africa. Yet they leave Africa to come to America to compete with those who have access, and yet with their local mindset, they become the first. These young men have never traveled to America before. They've never been to an aviation school before. But something inside of them, and they are in West Africa. Wealth and Riches Season 3. Something will hit you tonight. Did you know that the air conditioning unit was created by a black man called Frederick M. Jones in 1949? The auto cut-off switch was created by a black man named Granville T. Woods in 1839. Auto fishing device, George Cook, black man, 1899. Biscuit Cutter, Alexander P. Ashbourne, 1875. Blood Plasma Bag, Charles Drew, 1945. Chamber Commode, Thomas Elkins, 1897. Clothes Dryer, George T. Sampson, 1971. Curtain Rod, Samuel R. Scrotron, 1892. Curtain Rod Support, William S. Grant. Door Knobs, Door Stop, Osborne Dorsey, 1878. Egg Beater, William Johnson, 1884. Electric Lamp Bulb, Louis Latmier, 1882. Elevator, Alexander Miles, 1867. Eye Protector, Powell Johnson, 1880. Fire Escape Ladder, John W. Winter, 1878. Fire Extinguisher, Thomas Marshall, 1872. Folding Bed, Leonard C. Bailey, 1899. Folding Chair, Nathaniel Alexander, 1911. Fountain Pen, Walter B. Purvis, 1890. Furniture Caster, David A. Fisher. Gas Mask, Greta Morgan. Golf Tee, George T. Grant. Guitar, Robert F. Fleming Jr. Hairbrush, Lydia O. Newman. Hand Stump, Walker B. Purvis. Ice Cream Scoop, Alfred L. Crail. Insect Destroyer Gun, Albert C. Richardson. Keychain, Frederick J. Loden. Lantern, Michael C. Harvey. Lawn Sprinkler, J. H. Smith. Lemon Squeezer, John Thomas White. Locks, Washington A. Martin. Lubricating Cup, Elijah McCoy. Lunch Pail, John Robinson. Mailbox, Paul L. Downing. Mop, Thomas W. Stewart. Peanut Butter, George W. Carver. Record Player Arm, Joseph H. Dickinson. Rolling Pin, John H. Reed. Shampoo Head Rest, Charles Orrin Bailey. Spark Plug, Edmund Berger. Stethoscopes, Thomas A. Carrington. Straightening comb was discovered by a black woman, Madam C.J. Walker. Street Sweeper, C.B. Brooks. Phone transmitter, Granville T. Woods. Thermostat control, Frederick M. Jones. Traffic light, Garrett Morgan. Tricycle, Matthew A. Cherry. All black people. Now for the ladies. I'm getting somewhere. Sarah Good was the first black woman to receive a patent in 1885, and her invention preceded the sofa bed and consisted of a folding bed that collapsed into a desk. Black woman. Shirley Ann Jackson. Hear this. Shirley Ann Jackson, black woman, innovated a telecommunication industry by contributing to the invention of the touch tone phones. Deep, 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 deep. Portable fax. Caller ID. She invented it. Call waiting. She invented it. And fiber optic cables. She invented it. She's also the first African American woman to earn a doctorate at MIT in nuclear physics. Marie Van Britten Brown patented the first closed circuit TV security system in 1996. CCTV was discovered by a black woman. God, just as you open my mind, please, for 1 hour, do it for them. Then, along with her husband, the two of them invented the first home security system to utilize television surveillance, but it wasn't all. Mrs. Brown now went ahead and created a remote control to unlock doors. Black woman did that. Ruan Sharon Jetta was awarded the patent for creating a toaster. Toasters were created by a black woman. And along with her sister, Sheila Leanne Jetta, the two created staplers in the office, stapler remover. The two created that. So they created a stapler to bind papers and then how to take it off. Alice Parker was issued a patent for improving the heating furnace. Though she did not invent the original furnace, she discovered central heating. So a black woman discovered central heating. Dr. Mo, do you hear me? Miriam Benjamin was the second black woman to receive a patent in 1888, and her invention consists of light-up chairs, originally used in hotels to notify wait staff when patrons wanted service. However, this technology has been adapted by airplanes and U.S. House of Representatives. So when you go to the airplane and you see the lights by the seats, it was a black woman. Mary and Mildred Davidson invented sanitary belt, walker, and tissue holder. Black woman. Sarah Bone in 1892 obtained United States patent right for improving ironing board. It was a black woman that created ironing board. The genius black race. Ladies and gentlemen, let us also jump into Africa and see how blessed Africa is. Now, Algeria, Angola, Cameroon, Chad, Republic of Congo, Egypt, Eritrea, Gabon, Kenya, Libya, Nigeria, South Sudan, Sudan, Tunisia, Mozambique are all rich in oil and gas. When it comes to diamond, you can find diamond in Angola, Botswana, Central Africa Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo. When it comes to gold, you can find gold in Ghana, Benin, Burkina Faso, Mali, South Africa, Tanzania. When it comes to nickel, uranium, you can find it in Burundi. When it comes to timber, you can find it in Liberia. When it comes to titanium, you can find it in Gambia. When it comes to graphite, you can find it in Madagascar. When it comes to tobacco, you can find it Tobago. You can find it in Malawi. When it comes to iron ore, you can find it in Mauritania. When it comes to Uganda, you can find copper. Now, in Congo is the only country that creates lithium. How'd you call it? How'd you call it? Lithium, right? Forgive my African behavior, eh? And that is what is used for batteries all over the world. The only country you can find it is Congo. Yet we're broke. Yet the black man says we're not good enough. When you look at a map of Africa and you see what God left for Africa, everything that is called natural resource is in Africa. Every black man I've mentioned here has invented something, yet we're not satisfied. What is wrong with the black mind? Who distuned our mind to make us think we are not good enough? When it comes to athletics, you have the Magic Johnsons, you have the Michael Jordans, you have the Usain Bolts, you have the Pelés. Just this season in the English Premier League football, 3 Africans for the first time got on the leading goal scoring. 3 African kings in the whole Premiership league. For the first time, it was 3 Africans that competed with each other. Yet, the black man has been made to think you're not good enough. This tells me that the black race is blessed. I don't need to wait for Black History Month to preach this. This tells me that there is something inside of you that if you can allow God to work on you, it's gonna birth out destinies. It's gonna change status quo. But because your mindset has been imprisoned, you still see in yourself as slaves. That's why Bob Marley said, emancipate them from mental slavery, because you can be free yet your mind is in chains. For Africa, whoever injected negativity in us injected the negativity of greed. So a president or a prime minister or a ruler can stay in power for 30, 40 years and steal all the money and ensure he dies on the throne so he's not imprisoned. Sell every raw material, every natural resource, sell it to foreigners and leave his ancestors or the next generation in slavery. For the black man in America, we play victim. We're always saying we're victimized. But we are not doing anything about it. We walk and we are seen as criminals because you've been made to think that you are a victim and not a victor. But tonight, these same people who created records and made records, I see their generation here. I see their ancestors in here. In the next 1 week, something in you will birth forth destiny. If you believe it, shout, I believe. The black race, I'm sorry, maybe it's Black History Month for me, but the black race is blessed. Your skin is blessed. No need for bleaching. Your skin can survive any weather. When it's hot, there's something in your skin that gives you air. When it's cold, your skin is a jacket. The black race is blessed. Your hair is blessed. Your eyesight is blessed. Everything about you is blessed. Your bones are blessed. Yet, you've been made to think you are a slave. That's where the problem. And it's to do with environment. Until you change your environment, your mindset will not change. until you change your environment, your mindset will not change, because your environment influences your mindset. And some of you, when you were born, you were made to think you are a slave. Everybody is a slave, so your mind has been tuned to a slave. But I came to tell you, there is an invention inside of you. And tonight, in the season of wealth and riches, just as these black people did, you are about to make history. You are about to make history. It's inside of you. It's inside of you. I can see it. I can feel it. It's in your blood. It's in your DNA. It's in your blood. Tell your neighbor, it's in my blood. Let me can I shake some tables? Can I do it? Let me tell Americans, and let this go viral, that until you treat the African right, you will never be treated right. Let me say it again, dear American, black Americans, but the white folks calls you African American. Until you treat the African man right, because you are coming from us, you carry our DNA. But until you treat me right and stop mocking my action, the white man will never treat you right. Let me say this and let it go viral. They think Africans live on trees. They think we are monkeys. My own black American can look down on me, yet your skin is not different from me. Until you come back home and you tell me I lost the address, but I look like you, the white man won't treat you right. Stop playing victim and start apologizing to the people who birthed you, for they call you African American. Gospel artists look down, American gospel artists look down on African gospel artists. They keep going to Africa, but they never bring Africans here. They collect big money in Africa, but over here they will never bring you. They've been to Africa 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, but they never call an African. They only become your friend when you make a hit, because they can come into Africa. Yet Africa is where they make more money. Africa is where they treat them like a king. The money we give them in Africa, they don't earn that in America. Yet you don't treat us anyhow. You don't even want us to take pictures with you because you are a superstar. Go away with your superstar. We have the same color. If you don't speak, nobody will know you have an American accent. We're the same. The white man doesn't see the difference, yet you look down on me. That's why you have a problem with him, because they know where you are coming from, yet you don't give me respect. That's why the paradigm is shifting to Africa. That's why when you get to Africa, you feel you are home. Go and trace your genealogy and your bloodline. Most of you are from Nigeria. Most of you are from Guinea. Most of you are from Ghana. Wake up. Let me welcome you home. I'm tired of gospel artists who pretend you're friends. When they live here, they don't even pick up your phone call. Yet our color is the same. I can even look at your face and tell where you are from in that village. I know where you are. I know your kind. Yet because you think you're a TV star, you look down on the African man who not the sick, who not the crazy. They call you African American. African American. They know where you are coming from. Stop looking down on your motherland. Stop looking down on the womb that birthed your forefathers. Can I break your bone? Oh, you carry an American name. You carry an American name. Do you carry an American name? A white man name? Let me help you understand. In the times of slavery, the master placed their name on their slaves. So that is not your real name. Come back home. Let's team up together. Look at everything the black man can do. Now, I'm going to talk in parables and apply wisdom. I'm going to talk in parables and apply wisdom. Please follow me. When Jesus was in public, he spoke in parables. So, a mole is a donkey that the farmer took a mole is a combination of a male donkey and a female horse. And the mole is the most strongest amongst the donkey and the horse because they mated them together and the offspring became stronger. I'm talking in parable. I'm talking in parable. So they take the male donkey, then they take the female horse and let them mate. And then what? The offspring is called a mole. And it is said that the mole is stronger. Every natural resource is in Africa. Yet, inventors that I've mentioned are in America. Who took the sharp ones and rediverted them and left those who are willing to sell their precious minerals? Talking in parables. Understand that inventing something is not something you go to school for. It's a gift. That's why I played the kids in Africa who invented robots and aeroplanes, yet they have never been to any school before. So, it is not something you educate yourself for. It is something Jehovah puts in your bloodline. In Exodus 31, 1-6, God said, "See, I have called Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, to the tribe of Judah. And I have filled him with the spirit of wisdom, in understanding, in knowledge, and in all kinds of craftsmanship." Exodus 31. So God said to Moses, I have filled him in all kinds of craftsmanship, to make artistic designs for the work in gold. So if you compete with Bezalel, you're making a mistake, because God placed the gift of creativity in him. If you compete with an African man, you have made a mistake. If you compete with a black man, you have made a mistake, because it is in the bloodline. So in gold, in silver, and in bronze, and in the cutting of stones and carving of woods. So Bezalel will just take a wood, and something supernatural will start happening, and he will begin to carve. And your mind wouldn't be able to fathom how he got it. And it's not that he went to the university for, it's because God placed it on him. So those videos I showed you from Africa don't have the privilege, but the only resource around them, something in them told them that put this together, put this together. And I'm proving it in the scripture that it is God that places the gift in the bloodline. They thought they took everything, but some was left behind inside of you. They thought they grabbed everything, but something has been left inside of you. Most of you are connected to all the great names I've called. Most of you are connected to them. The only way you can become wealthy and rich is when you reach inside of you and look for that thing that keeps trying to come out to express itself. Tonight, whatever gift is inside of you that has been laying dormant, I command it by the blood of Jesus to come out in the name of Jesus. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I command that gift to come out. The witty invention, the spirit of creativity, let it come out inside of you. It's hiding, it's in you. It's in you, it's in you, it's in you. Let it come out, let it come out. Stop complaining and start searching. Whatever is inside of you that will bring you wealth, let it come out. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I might be an African, but watch me set and create records. I might be a black American, but my ancestors carry a gift. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it. Hold on. If I want you to be a basketball star, if I'm determined for you to become a basketball star, when you're born, what do I buy for you? And a hoop. Is that how you call it? So 3 things you need to become a star is what? Basketball, shoes, the ball, and the hoop. So God creates all these things and gives to Africa because he knows what he created Africans to become. The basketball, the shoes, and the hoop are there, but no one is there. Because whoever was to train was taken into another land so that that land would take credit. And they bargained with offsprings. So when they discover, like Joseph was a slave, they bought him because he was strong and he could work harder. So they took and left your raw materials and took your DNA to mix with other DNAs so that what you have, they will have. Because they couldn't understand that the black blood race has everything, including gold, bauxite, mineral, cobalt, every diamond. And they had people that have the power of creativity to make things happen. So they took the people and attempted to make use of their offspring. So all their names doesn't have an African name because of offsprings. But when you trace the source, they are coming from here. That is why even kids in Africa are creating aircrafts. Because from the beginning, that's how God made it. But just like Adam changed and sold his birthright, we also sold our birthright. I'm doing all I can to teach in wisdom. Who confused us? Who crushed our heads? Who ensured that we don't unite? Because they know that once we unite, we would discover that we eat the same food. The same crab you eat is called koto in Ghana. The fish you eat, we call it kobe in Ghana. So we are the same. We are from one family. And God has blessed us. But the enemy is ensuring that we don't unite. But the black man is still strong. The black man still has the witty invention. The black man can still create and survive every and any weather, hot or cold. The black man can still invent. Air conditioning was created by a black man. Comb was created by a black woman. Tonight I'm looking through you and I see bloodlines tracing in you. That which you have laid dormant and you don't want to explode is that very thing that will bring your wealth and riches. Tonight, let the gentleman of Calvary, the one that died on the cross, the one whose blood redeemed us from the hands of the enemy, tonight as you sleep, let him begin to reveal secrets, mysteries that he placed in your bloodline from deep, deep roots, from the offspring of your forefathers. Wherever you are coming from, whatever you were purposed to do, it shall come to pass. Whatever is in you that has laid dormant and has made you a slave working for each somebody, tonight I stand in my office and I pray and I command your eyes to open. The other day Haggai was in a desert. In her eyes the desert was dry, but the angel of God opened her eyes and she saw a well in the desert. Tonight it might seem impossible. May you discover a well in your desert. I don't know who I'm talking to, but some of you are at the stage where you feel enough is enough. I came to announce to you that there is a well in the desert that has been left for just you. There is a well in the desert. If it's music, receive new songs. If it's hairdressing, receive the creative ideas. My God, if it's invention, may you be the latest inventor in the name of Jesus. Let your blood begin to speak. Let your forefathers begin to speak. Let your ancestors begin to speak. You will not die before your time. You will not die without making history. There is something in you that's about to come out. There is something in you that the world is looking for. You might be a cook. Did you know? My wife was telling me, help me, son. My wife was telling me, did you know that the man who got the Kentucky Fried Chicken, that recipe was actually a black woman that, and he took it and didn't give her a dime and she died poor. But that's this business game. You got to be sharp in the mind. Otherwise, somebody will take advantage of your ignorance. So the woman was not sharp enough. Perhaps when she saw the white man, she was surprised and gave her recipe. And what she didn't know was the white man had lived his whole life broke until he met her. Yet she died broke. God gave her that recipe. If you were Henry Hines, you'd have signed a contract. And 144 years later, your grandchildren will be enjoying. They sold it for $26 million. Baked beans. Kentucky is everywhere. Yet the woman's name is not mentioned. That is why this house is a house of inventors. That is why I'm employing the services of a lawyer, an attorney, to sit with you. When you invent it, we will register it, we will patent it, and I will look for investors for you. Because you are multi-billionaires. I prophesy the $1 billion anointing on you. I prophesy wealth creation on you in the name of Jesus. Two sisters created staplers and stapler remover. That means that they wanted to put documents together and realize that how do we do this? That's why I keep telling you, look for problems. Sit down and think through the problems. Hold on. We want to put 10 pages together, but how do we do this? Why don't we get a sharp metal that can forcefully move into the paper? Then they come up with it. Then they said, why don't we create a remover? Two sisters, same bloodline. That means that God gave them that gift and they made use of it. In your bloodlines are gifts. Oh, Jesus, open their eyes. Huh? That cake you've been baking, sit down and think of how you can make it extra nice. Walk in Walmart, look at all the cakes that is there and see what they don't have, and add what they don't have, and go to Walmart and tell them these cakes have this but they don't have that. And they are smart businessmen, so they will attempt to quickly go create what you've just said. But when they get there, because your father has been teaching you, your name will be there. So they will have no choice than to come back and say, let us talk. Businessmen are shrewd. That's why people fight over music. If you're not smart, somebody will take the song That's why when you write the song, don't tell anybody yet. Keep it. That's why I told you, take your stuff off social media. Jaden went to put it on. I said, take it off. A smarter one who has more money can take your idea. Disney can take your idea and make wealth out of it. Register it. Let people know you created the church rhyme, and then take it to Disney. The raw material is in your hands. It doesn't cost that much to register it, to own it. Diana, you write movie scripts. Sit down and dream and give it to an investor or sell it to a movie director. That's how you make. Tyler Perry's in Atlanta. Give him a concept that he can't do. It's in you. Are you hearing me? Stop looking down on yourself. Stop thinking $1,000 is a lot of money. No. That's why you need an attorney to go with you, because the man will look at how you're talking and say, let me give you $10,000, and for you, you think about your rent you haven't paid and collect it. Meanwhile, your idea is worth $10 million. Netalonosha. Kedobroto sibi ilebe. I have seen musical instruments that we didn't respect in Africa that is being sold in Guitar Center for $200, and they cost $1 in Africa. Valentino went to Ghana and took a slippers that's worth $5 called Cha-Chow and sells it for $1,350. And if you check who owns this, it will go to Valentino. There's a bag called Ghana Must Go that we don't respect. Nigerians use it a lot and they call it Ghana Must Go. The other day, because when they were kicking Ghanaians from Nigeria, that was the bag they gave them to take. So they call it Ghana Must Go. And that bag is even 50 cents. Yet a shop called Aldo sells it for $25. When you wear your African print, Africans don't value it. But when Beyonce wears it, hey, Beyonce is wearing African print. I've just read on the internet that Ghanaians want to sue Black Panther for the kente that they wore without permission. That is your raw material. Why do you sell your birthright? Did you know that in 2019, almost 85% of resources in Africa have been sold to China? In Ghana, somebody cracked a joke and said very soon Chinese language will be part of our syllabuses because we sold everything to the Chinese. So they sold and took money now, and the next 30 generations to come will be in debt, and the strange man will be on your own land, and you will be working. That's why Lithuania, or whatever you call it, there's a video that little kids were gathering it for the people. Little babies, 7-year-old children, were picking these precious ornaments, precious raw materials, and they were slaves giving it to the other people to take. So you're taking everything that belongs to you and taking it for what you would eat today. Who distuned the mind of the black man? Who made you think you're not good enough? Who made you think you don't make sense? Who made you think it's only criminality that belongs to you? Who made you think you're only known for violence? I just brought a record that proved that even door locks were created. Even toaster was created by a black woman. Hair dryer was created by a black woman. What are you telling me? Ladies and gentlemen, as I close my message, I came to announce to you that the same blood that run through those who invented are running through most of you. It's because you haven't been in the right atmosphere, so you have not been challenged enough. That's why when you come in here, I lock you in and I feed your mind with possibilities. I don't care how old you are. So, let me tell you, the older the recipe, the better and most expensive it is. And some of you, listen, there's a man in London who sold a recipe, a chili sauce. He's a Jamaican. And he sold it for almost $3 million. And he called it the reggae sauce. And they asked him, how did you get this sauce? He said, my grandmother taught me. Wow. In Jamaica. Jamaicans come from Ghana, if you didn't know. Jamaica literally means Jamaica, which means it looks like we're stuck here. Jamaica literally means Jamaica. It looks like we're stuck. If you come to Ghana, Ghanaians love reggae more than anything. I'm married to a Jamaican. My kids are half Jamaican. We eat the same food. Aki and sawfish, I can tell you the real name in Ghana. Dumpling, I can tell you where it's coming from. Plantain, I can tell him if I tell you where it come from. Yeah, man. So we're from the same blood. Our accents might be different. Our tones might be different. Our languages might be different. But it's the same blood that runs through me. You look like one of the people from my mother's family. If you stand with my mother, we can't tell the difference. Dr. Mo traced her bloodline and it went to Guinea and Ghana. Dr. Ron can only trace his bloodline and it landed in Ghana. That's why he told me, Dr. Badu, if I die anywhere in Africa, look for me and bury me in Ghana. Because we've discovered that that's where our forefathers came from. Ladies and gentlemen, I came to challenge you this evening. I came to tell you that wealth and riches is not in the 9 to 5, but it's in your bloodline. Mine is music, and out of the music, preaching came out. If you didn't know me as a musician, you wouldn't sit before me and listen to me preach. But out of the music, everything came out of me. So you have to start from something. One thing can lead into another. The man started with baked beans. Today he does tomatoes. One gift can lead you to several. Just don't give up on yourself. Rise up on your feet, everybody. Rise up on your feet. You're going to pray one prayer. You're going to pray one prayer.
Give and it shall be given unto you. Luke 6:38. If you love the ministry of Dr. Sonnie Badu and would like to support Rockhill Church, kindly send your donations online by visiting our website, www.therockhillchurch.org, and click the green Give Now button at the top right-hand corner. You can also give on PayPal to therockhillchurch@gmail.com or on Cash App, $Rockhill Church, with phone number 404-247-6460. God bless you as you give, for it is more blessing to give than to receive. Acts 20:35. Give.